I'm doing fine. You haven't started yet. Now we have started.
Yes, we have started. That's why I was asking you, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Now we're live, ready to roll on
Ex-
episode 5 of the Run and Gun podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, folks. How are you guys doing this evening? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be watching. Welcome to, as they said, tonight's episode of the Running Gun podcast. So far, got a good one for you. It's gonna be interesting tonight. Got a couple things to talk about, a couple things to discuss, of course, pertaining
Mm,
to SWAC Media Day and all of the preseason
music.
honors that come with them. The
I was gonna
predict.
say some.
Wait, say it again.
I was gonna say something involving some music. We could go with that.
Oh, wait,
He
wait.
doesn't get what I'm talking about. Music in a locker room, no bells ringing.
Oh my gosh, I am so slow. Oh, geez, that's terrible. That's a
Man, he's asleep. Oh man has a little swelling, a couple of screws out.
that's a double neck. Oh my gosh. But yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about SWAC Media Day, of course, preseason honors who got snubbed. Um, geez, got a lot of stuff. Training camp started today, actually, in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
We actually had a SWAC Media Day. We had a call out too.
Wow, feels so
It was interesting.
special.
It was interesting. And then also too, um, Ace already knows. Ace, you already know too. We were supposed to have a guest invited because somebody decided they wanted to talk big noise to us. I showed you the screenshots.
Oh yes. No, I'm slow with that.
It's okay. See,
Uh,
one for one. We're one for one.
Talking on the field though, I prefer to. We want the talking on the field. We can have this whole argument on a camera, but it's not gonna have any value.
Look, on all I'm gonna say is this: I extended the offer to said fan, and I told him, I said, look, if you got the cojones, if you got the balls to come on here and talk with us, we'll hold court. Evidently, he didn't have the balls. He didn't want to keep the conversation going, and we will not talk about said JSU fan. So now, moving on. Yeah, I know you gotta be careful when you say that because those things they pop up like candy, man. You gotta be careful about that. But yeah, overall, it's gonna be a good show tonight, folks. We got a lot of fun stuff for you. If you have not already, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Be a friend, tell a friend. I'm gonna
Yes,
post a link of the show in a minute, but once we run the intro, I'll post it. For the comment section, let's hit this intro and get going.
yes. Also, too, be sure to leave a comment as well while we are going through this tonight. But it's gonna be a fun one. As you already know, sit back, relax, get comfy. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is GP.
This is the Bug.
This is JC.
This is Flash. This is Jimi Hendrix.
And you are listening to
And you are listening to
And you're listening to
And you're listening to the Run and Gun Podcast.
go ahead and dive right on into it. So, well, first things first, I'm reading this thing real quick. Hold up, Ace, take it from here.
All right, so as we all know, Select Media Day started off, but before the media day even got going, you had a wait. Let me pause. Let me rewind this back. You want to start with what happened on Saturday, or you want to start on what happened for Media Day?
I'm
Let me
start about
rewind.
Saturday because I want to chime on.
All right, so back to the beginning. Let's do it from the beginning, guys. Saturday, as we all probably know by now, FAMU had to suspend all football activities with the players, personnel, staff, all the goodies involved. All got put on indefinite suspension, about like a day and a half, 2 days of suspension, or whatever. Anyway, yeah, so they had to put suspension on for everything because of a rap music video being filmed, recorded, whatever you want to call it, inside the FAMU locker room. And as you know, how Willie Simmons is a stand-up guy, he has strong discipline stuff. You can't have your players coming in, letting guys have rap music videos with explicit language that doesn't match the culture beliefs that you as a coach is trying to build within your program, if y'all know what I mean. So yeah, that happened.
Well, thank you, Ace, for that introduction. Now, tirade comes now with this word right here. Before I get started,
He had to get the sip of water like the old man.
sips water. Now, so yes, Boston Richie, who is a local rapper in Tallahassee, is just very popular. But honestly,
To be honest, never heard of him.
yeah, and I think it's well, I don't know what your excuse is, but I think it's because like I was so spoiled by the year 2000 music, like from 2000 to like 2009, 2010. I was so spoiled with that I don't find that type of music complimentary. But to each its own. This word is right here for a reason. I understand, you're only in college once, you're only young once, you want to have fun and stuff, but if it wasn't authorized, why the hell did you do it? And I get not everybody was involved as well too, but I will say this, 80 Tiffany Sykes actually cleared the air and allowed the football team to resume the activities and stuff. ESPN reported it, as well as a lot of other outlets, and it came from FAMU first. And so, with that being said, this is the thing that I will say. The word needs to be refocus. I still think, yes, Willie Simmons is a player's coach. He'll take a bullet for you. He'll go to bat for you. He actually was in front of the 220 QB club in Tallahassee today talking about, how he is from Gadsden County, how Gadsden County is very like poor, how Gadsden County does it's still trying to come up. Essentially, it's underfunded, and basically said, if I gave up on some of these kids and stuff, I'm not doing them a favor. Which he's got a point. He's right. And I do respect that. It's like, because he even said he was like, look, if you're gonna hang yourself, is when you run out of rope, I'll give you even more rope so you can continue hanging to try to help you out. Because honestly, he has said before, like, look, FAMU has been there for a lot of alumni when they did something dumb. He's going to be there still to hold them accountable, love them up, coach them up still. It's one of those things. It's like when you have kids. You got to discipline them, but you got to love them up at the same time. But I know
neither of us have experience with that, but
yeah, no, we don't yet, thank God. But I will say this too. There needs to be a sit-down moment where you refocus. And you need to ask yourself, it's things like this that have held this team back every year. Dumb things, self-inflicted. Not going to say any relation. But you have to refocus. Do things the right way. You're coming up on fall camp. It's time to dial in. You can't have any more of these antics anymore. You can't do it. The potential and the talent is there. The potential and the talent has been there since 2019. Every year that they play football since 2019. But it's been little dumb things every single time that has held this team back. Don't let this be a reason that, like, you get held back this year, or don't let this lead to something dumb this season. You have a championship football roster without Kamari Stevens, who left to go to Jacksonville State, just committed there earlier in the week. So that's my 2 cents as far as that. Refocus. Refocus. Now,
Yeah. Let me say some stuff. Like you should, as players, it's
I
like
just realized you put that as your
you in
background.
school. Hmm.
I just realized you made that your background.
Yeah, that's for Yeah, why the hell were they doing that? It's like your coach. You're just players right now. You want to have fun, yeah. But
Got to
you should
refocus, man.
probably get it cleared before you do anything like that. Where you have a person who's not authorized to be on campus, with inside your locker room, where you have maybe you have a playbook lying around, some other stuff that you don't want the public to be seeing, like I just said, playbooks, your whole scheme packages, whatever. See that gets caught on camera. Oh wait, then what happens?
Yeah.
So,
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. You are
mm.
absolutely 100% right. And
On
so,
another note, though, you keep going.
oh yeah, no, I was gonna say SWAC Media Day.
That's what I was saying. On another note, let's talk about some better stuff happening around. Kind of a little dull beginning to the show. Let's get the energy going and talk about some media day where we don't have to talk about nobody with no injuries.
Yeah, exactly. SWAC Media Day. So they came up with their projections and everything, and so here it is.
34 people on crack.
So I'm gonna go with the West first. SWAC West predicted order of finish as it stands right now. Southern is predicted to win the West, followed by Alcorn, Texas Southern, Grambling State, Prairie View, and Arkansas Pine Bluff. In the East, Florida A&M, Jackson State, Alabama A&M, Mississippi Valley, and Bethune-Cookman. That's the predicted order of finish. So they're basically essentially predicting a FAMU Southern SWAC championship.
Yeah, on that east side, there's about 34 people on crack.
Dude, you're not
As Stephen A. once said, stay off the weed, well, stay off the crack, because this is a little crazy. Should
God.
say.
And the other funny thing too that someone actually mentioned about SWAC Media Day was they were like, it's interesting how many people were at SWAC Media Day in 2021 and in 2022, but this year there weren't that many people. Gee, I wonder why.
Why? We both said at the same time, I wonder why.
Yeah, let's be honest. If you had a Pro Football Hall of Famer walk into SWAC Media Day, or any media day for that matter, expect the coverage to amplify times 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of common sense. Just saying. But now that said Pro Football Hall of Famer is gone, are we really surprised?
It's not even just Hall of Famer, It's like prime time, however you want to call him. He has not just an aura, but also like a gravity to him. I'm gonna just use two Twitter phrases right there. He's like he will attract people with his personality wherever he goes because he was a big time one on NFL Network. He was one in the league, one in college, one in baseball. Hell, it's like he was around a lot of places, and a lot of people. If you show a picture of Deion, they're like, "Oh, hey, look, that's Deion. Like, that's prime time right there." He's gonna have a crowd wherever he goes. It's not like, geez, I wonder why there's not a lot as many people this year as it was last year. Or
Exactly.
maybe the number one recruit in the nation went to his school. Geez, we want to interview that guy. Oh wait, he's in a boot. Boo. This year it's like, well, number one recruit's not there. The gravity guy is not there. Focus on some football. No, we don't want to focus on football. We have nothing to talk about. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Let's
I
pull up some pants and talk some football, people. Not that hard.
I fully agree. And here's the thing about it too, is like, yes, SWAC still got talent and stuff, but I mean, Like, let's be real. Like, of course, there was going to be a drop off. And to me, honestly, it is what it is. This is why I kind of wish, if we had the time, we would have tried to have been there, of course.
Well, let me say the one thing too. Also, before we keep going with that, I mean, ESPN was covering FAMU that weekend for Select Media Day, just for the wrong reasons,
Facts. Facts.
and
Now,
the Athletic too.
what's this too? Did they get it right with the projections?
I like the matchup between Southern and FAMU. I don't like how there was 34 people who picked Bethune, but we won't get into that.
So actually, how it goes, I went back. I want to correct it because I want you to be right. So that's
Oh,
based on points. It wasn't actually people.
oh,
That's based on. So how
bro,
it?
you set me up.
I'm sorry. I think I said a lot.
You did not say it was points.
I did see, and I didn't notice until like literally like late last night, and it just came to me. So actually, how it works is 16 people voted for FAMU for first. FAMU got 16 first place votes. Jackson State, Alabama, A&M, and Mississippi Valley all got 2 votes, 2 first place votes. All of them did. Bethune got 0. They didn't get any first place.
Okay,
votes.
so nobody's on crack. All right, we're good. Never mind. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bethune did get
JP set me up.
All right, here we go. Got to live with this. We got a comment in the comment section. Southern got 13 first place votes. Yeah, honestly, we are thinking about it.
We'll see.
We are thinking
We're
about
gonna
it.
see where the life takes us next year before we can say that.
Yeah. Alcorn got 6 first place votes. Texas Southern got 1 first place vote. Grambling and Prairie View each got 2. And then Arkansas Pine Bluff didn't get any. So, and also too, the preseason team also was selected. So, of course, no surprise, the best quarterback in the conference, Jeremy Musa, got preseason Offensive Player of the Year. Sundiata Anderson out of Grambling State got Defensive Player of the Year. And this is actually where I posed this. Because, and actually, I was watching Off Script's video last night about it. I felt Colton Adams should have gotten SWAC Defensive Player of the Year, SWAC Preseason Defensive Player of the Year, because I realistically think, non-biasedly, he is the top linebacker in this conference. I really think that wholeheartedly. We got another one. Doc Holliday finna interview Willie Simmons. That should be interesting. I thought that he already did that. I thought it already started about almost 30 minutes ago. But yeah, don't worry. I'm actually gonna watch that to see what the bias take is on that one. I'm curious. But yeah, so also too, and Ace, you could chime in on these as well. As far as SWAC first team offense, Jeremy Musa is the quarterback. Running backs Jarvion Howard and Donovan Eaglin. Offensive lineman Jalen Goss. Offensive lineman Jonathan Williams. Will Reddy, Cameron Coven, TJ Yarborough, Jamari Shareed, first team wide receiver. Derek Morton out of Texas Southern is a first team wide receiver. And Jackson State's alone first team all SWAC on offense. DJ Stevens at tight end. There was only one Jackson State player selected to first team.
I wonder why, because everybody packed their bags and left.
55 players. 55. On defense, it was, here we go. On defense, it was Malachi Bailey out of Alcorn, Sundiata Anderson, Taj Brown out of Southern, defensive lineman Zarion Hayes out of Alabama A&M, linebacker Colton Adams, who should have been preseason defensive player of the year, Lewis Matthews out of Grambling, Isaiah Major And then in the defensive secondary, Amari Hill Robinson out of Bethune-Cookman, who we will talk about in a few seconds. Javon Morgan, starting safety for FAMU. Jordan Carter out of Southern, and Kendall Bowler, who is just an absolute dog as well, out of FAMU. And then
Kendall Bowler is no relation to BJ Bowler, right?
they're brothers.
I mean, any relation. I mean that. You
Yeah.
know what I meant.
Yeah, I know. I got you. Yeah, they're brothers, but yeah. So it's interesting. And I'm actually glad Amari Hill Robinson actually came up. So this was the other thing I was going to tell you about with the call out. So you had Amari Hill Robinson at SWAC Media Day say he wants Marcus Riley come Florida Classic time. 1v1.
You got the dog in him?
Now here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about that. They looked at him after that, and some people have said, the practice film shows and says otherwise. So it's like, you could say you want him, but do you really want him? It's one of you gotta be careful what you wish for.
Okay, I'm confused anyway. So, because when you look up Marcus Riley, he says he's on Bethune-Cookman too.
So no, Marcus Riley transferred to FAMU.
Screw you, Google. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he was in Bethune, and I'm like, wait. I'm so confused.
No, you're good. So he left Bethune, transferred to FAMU. Amari Hill Robinson calls out Marcus Riley saying, I want Marcus Riley 1v1 to come Florida Classic time. And
Is that going to be D-Hop versus D'Angelo Hall repeat?
I feel like it's going to be that. I like this because the Florida Classic kind of needs a little bit of fire, if we're being
Need
honest.
some juice because it might be up 70 by halftime. Not 70, about 45.
Yeah, honestly. And it's just like, when I look at it, I'm like, do you really want him? Do you really want him? Because you need to be careful what you wish for there. Because that's what people are saying. Like the practice film says otherwise. So it's like you need to be. Oh my god! Here you go.
Oh wait, how do I get myself out of this? There we go.
Hey, like I said, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it because if you cook some, it's a lot of bulletin board material to go back to. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. And then also too, the other thing, AD Ashley Robinson apparently getting ready to leave for Prairie View A&M and go back. I find this interesting because everybody's like, why is he leaving? Well, Texas is a more hot commodity. Oh, his Wi-Fi messed up. His Wi-Fi crapped out, but we keep the show rolling. Honestly, look, Texas is realistically more of a hot commodity than Mississippi. I'm just going to be real. President's gone. Dion's gone. So it's like, and realistically, you just promoted TC Taylor. So it makes sense.
Am I alive?
It makes a lot of sense for you to dip out and go back to your roots.
Give me a second.
You're good. We can hear you. Oh, well, he crapped out again. But yeah, honestly, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense for. Oh,
Am I alive now?
Yes, you are.
All right, we're back. The whole thing froze up and it crashed, and I was like, what the hell?
Oh, you're good. You're good. But yeah, I don't know if you heard of anything of what I said, but yeah. Ashley Robinson set to leave Jackson State for Prairie View. Doesn't come as a surprise for me. I love how
I mean, like, what am I supposed to say about that?
I love how your reactions just like, well, oh well.
I could not. I'm like, you know, I don't know. It is. You win some, you lose some, I guess.
No, maybe yeah, you do. You do.
Mm-hmm. You lose some guys, you get some guys.
Hey,
Some
if they're
guys just come out.
JSU be on the show, then that next Wednesday if that don't work. Oh yeah, deal. Sure. Then again, I'll come win or lose.
How about win? Win because I'm gonna just keep this background up the entire time for memes, and I'm gonna just sit in the background. I'm gonna like stay off camera, but I'm gonna just have this background up the entire time.
Hey, don't do that. Mm.
You know that meme is so old because I was using the headphones for the podcast and I had different glasses on.
Oh wow, that is different. But yeah, yeah, if they win, definitely by all means. Honestly, look, we may have drinks of Crown Royal going around if they win.
Well, for me, I would have to be like regular drink, like soda or something, because we're technically filming in the U.S. Now. I mean, if I was in Trinidad and we was filming this, well,
I
I mean,
think
it's
she's
fair game.
21.
No, 20.
Oh, Jesus. Well, okay, but yeah.
20 was Saturday.
Mm,
Next year we can have drinks around.
but yeah, so you got it. If they win, yeah, sure, we can make it happen. We can definitely make it happen. But yep. Also, too, so MEAC Media Day was also a thing as well. North Carolina
Thing.
Central favored to take over and once again and win the MEAC and go back to the Celebration Bowl and defend their crown. They have the best quarterback in that conference in Davius Richard. Makes sense. So yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, MEAC's a thing. I mean, like we all expect NC Central to win anyways. I mean, like
Facts.
it's
Facts.
whatever.
Facts. Honestly, I do think that they're just gonna run the table. Plus, they're gonna be. They don't have that as well. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. Let me keep moving on. Let's move
Or
on.
South Carolina State.
I don't even think South Carolina State's gonna be able to stop them. I don't think. I really don't think so. Not this year. South Carolina State's gonna have a physical team, but I don't think they're gonna be good enough to stop NC Central.
Probably, most likely. Very likely.
But yeah. And with that, we go straight to the NFL now. So training camp has begun, and the Bills come in.
Somebody's got paid.
A couple people got
And
paid.
let's talk about Naheem Hines first. That was just brutal luck, man. Holy crap.
I hate that for him.
Mm-hmm.
Jet ski accident takes you out before the season even starts, knowing the Bills are going to need you in a big way. So now, hey,
James
look,
Cook.
Hey,
James Cook's time. Did they sign any other running backs besides Naheem Hines? I think they did.
not that I know of.
And I know James Cook is there, and that's the only one I have on the top of my head.
Not that I know of. Not one that I know of. I don't. Mm-mm. It was.
I don't have anyone on the top of my head right now. Running back. James Cook, Damian Harris, and Latavius Murray. Why the hell am I not drafting James Cook in every fantasy league right now?
Because we haven't started the draft yet.
Oh, I forgot, James.
But I'm actually glad that you reminded me of that because now that reminds me that I need to start prepping the fantasy draft and setting a date and figuring out who wants to be in it because we basically have one whole month to go almost until the season gets here. But that's
I feel bad. I just did a whole thing
that's a
for a
mid-August
Twitter league, and I completely forgot. It's just James Cook and nobody else right now. Why is James Cook not like a top 3 round running back right now.
That's
It's
actually
literally him and Damian Harris.
that's a good question, actually. Given the amount
He
of
should
running,
be like a top 4 round guaranteed in every league.
makes sense.
That's like RB2 floor. Like you
Mm,
got Diggs, you got Davis, you got Allen. Now the tight ends I kind of worry about because it's both Knox and Kincaid, but I think Kincaid is mainly to help get pressure off of Diggs as a receiver, and then Knox works underneath,
mhm.
and then Davis and Hardy are the field stretchers.
Now the
But
other
yeah, so
too,
both are interesting. Sorry. Go on.
oh no, you're good. The other thing too is DeMar Hamlin actually returned to play today.
Mm-hmm.
He got a standing ovation as he took the field, which was absolutely amazing. Although I personally I feel like the man shouldn't play again, but I understand, for morale and everything. It's amazing the fact that he is out there playing and participating. So hey, more power to you. It's a wonderful thing to
Yeah.
see.
Like I feel like for DeMar Hamlin, like he was a ticking time bomb, and then it went off, and you're like, I don't think it's going off a second time. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's not like it's like a recurring, hopefully.
I hope it's
But
not.
then they got a pretty deep safety room now. They got Poyer, they got Hyde, and they got Taylor Rapp brought in now, and DeMar Hamlin.
Honestly, look, I've been saying it like this. I mean, it's literally a 1 in a million thing that can happen, and it's one of those
And
risky games.
we just saw Bronny drop with a cardiac arrest too.
That's
So
true
prayers
too.
out to Bronny, by the way. It's like
Yeah,
a lot of athletes, they're saying is one of the leading causes of thing for athletes under 25 is like cardiac arrest because the amount of stress their body's under.
yeah. Honestly, and I feel like a little bit of that is a testament to the intensity of the training now, because
Mm-hmm.
the way kids train now for things is totally
They
different.
start from like 3. Their
Ex-
body's under pressure from like small.
exactly. The
Which
intensity
is why I say that sometimes they're all ticking time bombs and they just need a right trigger.
facts, straight facts. But yeah, you gotta learn to rest your body. Um, Also, too, the Titans, Seahawks, and the Vikings heck, even the Jets all came out with new uniforms, throwback uniforms. The Seahawks brought back that old '90s look, that Steve Largent era uniform. The Titans brought back the old Houston Oilers uniform. The Vikings brought back the old Randy Moss, Chris Carter uniforms. The Jets brought back the old Mark Gastineau look from the '80s. So let me go ahead and ask Ace before I go grab my jerseys. Which one is your favorite?
I mean, like out of all retro jerseys or the ones that came out this last like
Well, however
recent.
you want to spin it.
Well, I'm gonna be personal bias and you know who I'll take then.
The Saints.
Mm-hmm. Those actually look clean though.
All right, of all the
While
ones.
the Oilers, like it looks like kind of like SMU now.
Well, that's how they always looked.
Yeah, but it's like saying, well, how do you say this nicely? It should have been like Minnesota, like they should have been able to keep the Lakers name and uniform,
Mm-hmm.
but then it's like LA got the Lakers
Okay.
and kept it all the way, like if the Titans moved to like if Tennessee when they moved from Houston to Tennessee, they should have kept the Oilers name, even though it doesn't make much sense.
I think they did for a hot minute.
But then they switch it to Titans, and you're like, well, you really shouldn't be able to use Oilers again. It's like when Winnipeg or when the Crashers moved to Winnipeg and became the Jets, right? In hockey, they didn't keep the name. Thrashers, they don't have uniforms that show the Thrashers or whatever. So it's kind of mm, whatever. And then the uniform's like right next to Texas and SMU. It's like, yeah, it looks similar there.
That's fair. I mean, me personally, I'll say this. I like the old Seahawks throwback, but my heart is with the creamsicle. That creamsicle is it's beautiful, in my opinion, at least. But
See, Josh Freeman creamsicles were better.
oh my good. You know what? I'm gonna go even further back.
The originals. The Leroy Salmon creamsicles.
Yes, the Leroy Selman, not Doug Martin, the Leroy Selman, Doug Williams creamsicles. Those were the best. I know he
Yeah,
laughed.
Doug Martin did wear the creamsicles like for a minute when they were bringing them in and out.
Yep, as we call him, Dougie the Druggie. That's what we call him, Dougie the Druggie.
Which one, Martin or Williams?
Doug Martin.
I don't know the story on that. Why?
Yeah, you don't remember he got busted for he was taking like PEDs.
That when he got suspended?
Yeah, that was when he got like a 4-game suspension.
I thought it was like he got like DUI or something.
Nah,
I
he
was
was
small.
taking,
I don't remember.
Yeah, dude, and I think he'd had an issue with it for a while.
That why he fell off faster than him. He had one good elite year and then he fell off the face of the planet.
Yeah, 2015 was he violated the NFL's drug policy and he had to enter rehab.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
That's the last time the Bucks had a good running back too.
I'm surprised that like being a Saints fan, I'm surprised you didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Dougie the Druggie. I'm gonna be using that.
Yeah, Dougie the Druggie. It's like
I didn't know that at all.
I know it's crazy because it sounds like the name of a South Park character, if you really think about it. You can't tell me.
I'm not saying that.
See, look, now I gave him ideas. But all right. Also, too, the Jets are going to be featured on Hard Knocks this year, so it's going to be interesting. Hopefully, I'm able to keep up with it with my HBO Max app. But yeah, how excited are you to see the New York Giants,
the
Jets on Hard Knocks?
I could care less. All I want to see is Garrett Wilson. Literally the only person I care about on the Jets. And Brees Hall.
Who already made a very acrobatic catch in training camp, like literally the first day.
Mm-hmm. They had one was like Sauce Gardner versus Garrett Wilson. Gardner gets the best out of Wilson easily, and I'm like, that ball was so thrown so bad.
Yeah.
That should have been above the shoulder throw, and they threw it like here, and I'm like, really?
I didn't realize that Sauce was that physical. I'd always thought Sauce was like more of a finesse type guy, but I'm realizing Sauce is pretty physical.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize.
I want to see if Sauce has another great year this year. How many years do you think they're gonna say he's the best Jets corner over Darrell Revis or Mario Cromartie?
That's gonna take a lot.
Mario Cromartie or Antonio Cromartie?
That's gonna take a lot. We got some comments. Oh, wait.
Who y'all gonna be the most?
I think gonna be the most NFL
jerseys sold. Okay, that makes more sense.
Of all the throwbacks,
Cream Skull probably.
Who?
It'll probably be the Cream Skulls that sell the most. If Tampa still has fans after Brady left, DOG fans will probably buy it.
Well, they are selling the Brady creamsicle still, even though he never wore it. So that is a possibility. I think the creamsicle number. You gotta also think too the old Chris Carter, Randy Moss era Vikings jerseys are gonna do numbers because you had that little stretch there where you had Chris Carter, Randy Moss, Randall Cunningham, or it was Chris Carter, Randy Moss, and Dante Culpepper for a while. So those jerseys are going to be a hot commodity. Nobody's seen the Seahawks jerseys in a while, so like those old Seahawks '90s jerseys that are coming back, those are going to be pretty popular too. But my bias says the creamsicle, but I feel like the Seahawk jersey is going to be pretty popular too.
Like Seahawks nationwide, you need a team that has a retro jersey with a big name on it. Like Seahawks don't have that.
Hmm.
Neither does Tampa. Like if Kansas City had a retro jersey, which they don't, Mahomes would have got it easily. I feel like
Yeah,
if Philly brings like the real retro jerseys of the Eagles all the way,
Philly. Yeah,
I feel like
honestly,
he has
that's
a
what
chance.
needs to happen. Philly needs to bring back the Randall Cunningham like '80s era jersey. They need to bring that back.
Mm-hmm.
People loved that jersey. I actually saw one hanging up in Lid's locker room back at home, but it was like $350, and I was not about to pay $350 for that thing. I'm just
That
going.
the most I paid for a jersey is probably two something for the Rating Point Championship jersey sweater.
I think I paid 200 something too for my Derek Brooks jersey.
Problems.
Yeah, see, you got to be like that. Like if it was a Reggie White jersey, okay, $200 for a Philly Reggie White jersey. Yeah, because that's rare. Not a lot
Mm-hmm.
of teams have that. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Also, too, Raiders added Marcus Peters to their secondary. I like the move. Baltimore
You know what?
gonna
Well, you know what sucked about all that stuff, right? When I saw Marcus Peters get signed, and then the Ravens went and signed a couple people. I'm forgetting who they did, but they had signed a couple people. I'm like, are you kidding me? We just recorded the preview for the AFC West literally the day before, or AFC North, and I'm like,
it's
we
okay.
are talking about who the Ravens got to sign, and I was like, are you kidding me? Because if I'm not mistaken, they went and they didn't re-sign Kenyon Drake. They went and signed another running back. And
Running
you're like,
back breed, man.
hmm? Oh,
Running back
running backs, we know.
breed.
Saquon's getting paid, I want to say, how much less? Almost 19, either 19 or 29 million less than Daniel Jones. And I had to think about it.
That's the other thing too. You had all these guys that got paid. You had,
Saquon got Daniel Jones paid.
but he's only making like a million more on his actual like 1 year contract versus his 5th year option.
Oh crap! Dang, I'm blocked. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like that is like just wrong how they can treat running backs.
It is. It really is. And then what else happened? You have Aaron Rodgers who just got an extension with the Jets, like a 2 year extension. Justin Herbert just got extended, which honestly, if you're Joe Burrow, you're thinking that the Bengals better break the bank for me. Otherwise, I'm walking.
I don't know. For some reason, I just believe that the Ravens, not the Ravens, God, the Bengals, like Joe Burrow, he gives me like the type of vibes he would take less money for the team.
I could see it. I could see it because he already seems like he's doing pretty well for himself, and he really
Like making
seems
enough money.
dedicated to wanting to
The
win.
amount, the amount of money he probably makes in out Louisiana off of sponsorships from LSU. It's like he probably will make up his contract if he took less to win. I feel like he cares more about winning than money.
I agree with that. I agree with that. That actually makes sense because he doesn't. he realizes now, having gone to the Super Bowl during his rookie contract, and I think this is the beautiful thing that had happened to Jalen Hurts as well. You see
Well, he
now.
got a lot too.
Hmm?
I said Jalen got paid a lot.
He did, but the Eagles know how to build through the draft as well and preserve the young talent for the future,
Mm-hmm.
which is why from what I've heard, they are very high on Keely Ringo and company, and basically the whole University of Georgia defense coming in. But it's like a lot of those young guys, they realize now what it takes and how financially the franchises need to be built for success going forward.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I think Burrow he's gonna get a bag, but it's gonna be a team friendly bag, and the Bengals are gonna be built to sustain success because he's gonna need that if he's going to stay in the AFC and compete against Mahomes, Allen, Herbert, Lawrence, all these guys. He's gonna need that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like you see Herbert hasn't even made the playoffs yet. Got paid a whole ton of
he made
money.
the playoffs. He was in the wild card.
Oh yeah, he choked. He didn't win a playoff game. I meant not make the playoffs.
That
Sorry.
part.
Well, then again, Derek Carr hasn't won anything, and he somehow got a bunch of money. So we won't get into that.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want to have your TED talk, go ahead.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm trying to behave. 20 is a new me.
You're
Not
gonna
doing it.
you're gonna wait to see his performance on the field first. Got it.
Yeah. Don't worry. If he sucks, oh, you don't want to. That if the Saints start off bad, I'm telling y'all right now, whoever watches this, come back on this show. You are gonna see fireworks.
Should I go? Should I order a hard?
You'll see worse than Oppenheimer. This it will be Oscar worthy stuff going on. Saints start off bad. Now if they start off good, I'll behave and I'm gonna be happy and
You're
we're
gonna
gonna
see
just ride
a
the wave.
rumor that looks like this.
Yeah, it's gonna be that background every Wednesday in football. Seeing if the Saints start bad. If they lose week 1, week 2, like if they lose week 2, oh, I'm gonna be so pissed because that's the
Who do
Texans.
they play week 2?
If I'm not mistaken, it's the Texans. They put the Titans week 1,
Oh
and
yeah,
I'm
y'all
not
better
mistaken. I
not
think
lose
it's the
to
Texans
Houston.
week 2.
You
Hmm?
better not lose to Houston.
Well, no, they got the Oh, Houston's week 6. Okay. Week 2 is Bryce Young. Monday Night Football. If you lose to Brian Tannehill, Bryce Young, Jordan Love, and Baker Mayfield in the first 4 weeks, we're gonna have some issues. But hopefully, I think they beat Tennessee, and I think they beat Bryce Young. I still think Jordan Love's gonna be good, so I feel like they're gonna lose one between the Packers and the Bucks. No way they start 4-0. Then they get Patriots, Texans, Jags, Colts. For some reason, they play 3 AFC South teams in a row.
USA Today actually picked the Saints to win the NFC South,
Wow, the big shit to win shit.
but they also had the Saints going 9-8 and edging out. I believe it was the Falcons.
They had shit picking shit. But on the good news on the Saints, though, they brought back Jimmy Graham 3 years too late, but we won't get into that.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, hell, you had Jimmy Graham in 2020. Something might have been different, We wouldn't have to go deal with a certain bum cook, Jared Bum Boy, dropping the ball and fumbling it away.
He is never
And
going to. He's never going to live this down.
but he's signed with Chicago that
I
year.
really
But
want to see how the first 2 weeks of the NFL season unfold for the Saints because I just want to see how
they
you.
better beat Ryan Tannehill and Bryce Young. Oh, I'm not worried about him doing much. He can catch some red zone balls and I'll be happy. He don't got to do anything. Oh, here, read that if you want.
Oh, I've
All you
already,
gotta do is catch a couple touchdowns, like literally just run a little fade route and you catch a touchdown. That's fine. It's better than a field goal. I have 0 expectations for Jimmy Graham. Now, number 4, the quarterback. Whew, he got expectations, but I won't put him on him yet. We'll wait till the season starts for that. And we were talking about the worst Saints losses the other day, and I was like, "Oh god, y'all making me relive how stupid and terrible of a coach Dennis Allen is." That just nuked any optimism I had. It went out the window when I remembered how bad those losses were. The loss to Arizona Thursday Night Football, when he
Mm,
went and Andy Dalton threw the three picks in the
yeah.
first half. He said, "Keep doing what you're doing," and what do we had? No adjustments. That was bad. When you went and you had a complete execution and coaching failure and choking against the Bucks on Monday Night Football. When you lost to Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield with the Panthers. Mm. Like, the Panthers are a good defense. Like, I would not shock me if some way, like,
Did I already miss the
alright,
famous
I'm
thing?
finished my tirade. Drunks here, we're good.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you did.
We
That's what we started the
we
show with.
we'll swing back to it in the next section in the next segment for you. We'll swing back to it. Don't worry. But keep going, Ace. As a
Oh,
part-time
yes.
Jimmy
See,
Prime
I
better than
found
Graham.
it oddly coincidental. Travis Kelce was on somebody's podcast. I don't remember who it was. It was on the best quarterback tight end duos of all time. He had Brady Gronk 1, right? Okay, fine, because of the rings. Then he had Rivers Antonio Gates 2, and I'm like, you forget about Drew Brees and Jimmy Graham being the best team, and had Jimmy Graham would be better than Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski combined.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know where you get Phil. I mean, I give it Philip Rivers and Antonio Gates was nice, but it wasn't. It wasn't getting past the AFC Championship.
Where do you want to start, Drunk? If AP was here, AP would chime in too. I don't think AP's here though. He knows it just as well as I do. All of the bad Saints losses.
Ace
What do you want
room.
to do? Beast quick? You want to do the 49ers one where the NFL Network posted the Jimmy Graham highlight from? Pissed me off too because we know how that game ended.
The beast.
Roman Harper forgot how to cover Vernon Davis, and
The
Greg
beast.
Williams called a zero blitz.
The beast quick one was wild because it's funny because he got up and started holding his nuts and everything. That one was wild. I was like, dude,
I got a better one. 2014 Seattle divisional round. Marcus Colston forgot that you have to throw a lateral pass and threw a forward pass on the laterals on the end of the game. That one was memorable too. Then you had 2017, the 3 years of Brandon Browner and Sean Payton and that garbage team. We won't mention those years. Then you had 2017. Well, 2018 technically it happened. Minnesota Miracle. We know how that went.
yeah, I still can't.
2019. 2019. Ray Charles was refereeing the NFC Championship game. Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder.
You need to stop. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you need to stop. You need to stop.
2020, 2020 technically. It was you know, Lattimore pulling his hamstring and
I'm gonna do is let you my memory.
nah, Colston was goated. He just forgot that he had to throw a lateral at that moment. Then he
Wow.
threw a forward pass. But yeah,
Oh,
2020, Lattimore pulled his hamstring and Patrick Robinson got absolutely torched by Adam Thielen. And then Kyle Rudolph pushed off in the end zone and they didn't call it. And then 2021 was Jared Bumboy holding his lunchbox and forgetting that he had a bunch of boys around and got his lunch stolen. Because he was swinging it 100 grand in the hood and was like, here, come take you guys.
he said holding 100 grand in the hood. Oh, My gosh,
Yeah. All right. Cool.
you wildin'. Okay, so
Back
we
to
can go,
reality.
we can go ahead and switch on over to college football. So other media days were out there. Georgia's favored to basically go back to back in as SEC champs. Michigan and Wisconsin are predicted to meet for the Big Ten championship. Colorado picked to finish near the bottom in the Pac-12. Oh my! I remember. Mm, 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 mm. Where? Oh my gosh, where was I at? Um, I don't think the ACCs came out yet, from what I saw. Um, trying to think about it. Trying to think. Oh yeah, also Texas, which was oddly enough favored to win the Big 12 this year. Which I looked at, I was like, huh? Texas?
When viewers, he could come out, be hot, be good. One last run in the Big 12 before packing the bags and heading out to the warfield.
Yeah, I was gonna say they better win one now, because if they don't win one now, Lord knows they won't be in Atlanta for a while. Especially not in a brand new SEC West. And honestly, they should be
um,
they should be glad Alabama is moving to the East along with Auburn. Not so much Auburn, but they should be glad Alabama's moving to the East.
yeah, you're gonna have Texas A&M and LSU and Ole Miss to compete with.
Which honestly, it's kind of crazy, but Ole Miss might actually get to the SEC championship now, if that happens, or if and when.
Well,
That's the
knowing
thing.
how good Brian Kelly can recruit, I mean, they have some guys in that LSU quarterback room, so it's gonna be basically Archie Manning versus whoever. Like Ole Miss got 4 quarterbacks in there, right? And
Mm-hmm.
LSU's got a couple guys behind Jaden Daniels ready to roll.
Facts. Yeah,
So that
it's
that 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 SEC West is gonna be a dogfight. The East, see, the West will be a dogfight, but the East is gonna be World War III.
yes, because you have kind of off topic, but I talked to a USC fan that said there's not a huge market for Caleb Williams in the NFL. What y'all think?
Time to go look at some Patrick Mahomes highlights and then look at and then see the type of boneheaded stuff Caleb Williams will make, and then just watch everything else, and you'll be like, oh yeah, wait, nah, Caleb Williams is gonna go 1, Drake May will go 2, and
I
maybe Quinn Ewers 3.
I'll say, honestly, I have an opinion again of USC players.
Oh, I was gonna say it's Pac-12 in general with quarterbacks, but okay, yeah.
But yeah, I have an opinion of USC players, because honestly, I will say,
USC quarterbacks.
name me the last great
Recently,
USC QB,
Darnold
the last
or
great USC
franchise.
quarterback that actually
Oh,
won and turned out really well in the NFL. No, I'm saying, yeah, that's
that's
what
what
I'm
he
saying.
said.
I'm saying, wait, I'm waiting. You name me one.
Oh, well, that's what I mean. It's like, dude, dude. Okay, enough waiting. Yeah, there's none.
Exactly.
But then again, he was an Oklahoma quarterback, so it doesn't count.
I'll even go back to say that. Who was the last great
Jalen Hurts.
Oklahoma? See that? Okay,
But he was an Alabama one. But then you go, who was the last great Alabama quarterback? And then you'd have to go all the way back to Joe Namath because Mac Jones and Tua haven't won squad either.
yeah. See it.
Got him.
You got a point. You got a point. I don't care what nobody said. Matt Leinart was a dog. Yeah, he was a dog at USC. He was a dog at USC. I ain't gonna lie. He was a dog at USC. He was a dog. Carson Palmer was a dog. Who
He
was the?
was good. He wasn't great.
Ohio State never had a QB. Y'all still draft. Look, he ain't on my favorite team. He ain't on my favorite team.
Nah, Justin Fields being ranked over Trevor Lawrence in the top 100 was messed up. Like, I love Justin Fields, but like he was definitely not better than Trevor Lawrence last year.
It's actually
Especially when
wild.
you watch that wildcard game versus the Chargers of Trevor Lawrence, and then you go and you watch the divisional round against Patrick Mahomes. How Trevor Lawrence looked.
Thoughts on Colorado Media
Did
Day?
Colorado wants to go to the Big 12.
They do. And
I don't know if
honestly,
y'all saw that.
I know Dion wasn't there, and I'm gonna talk about that too, about what Ace just said. But honestly, I mean, my expectations for Colorado were I think they can find 6 wins, but it's going to be tough. I don't think like they're predicting for Colorado to be near the bottom of the pack in the Pac-12. I mean, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. You're going to find out what they're made of week 1 when they get their hands on TCU. You're going to really find out if they're cut for the upper echelon of the Pac-12 when they run into Oregon and Washington and USC. You're going to really find out. But I don't think they're like the second worst team in the conference. I have higher expectations for them this year. But to Ace's point, too, they are looking to go back to the Big 12, which would honestly make sense for them. And if you ask
That
me,
Pac-12 is falling apart.
it really is. It really is. Actually, Matt Berry actually posted, the likelihood super drunk tank. I think
This is gonna be fun.
Well, it was you and you talk about Shador winning the Heisman?
Yeah, I know how you feel about that.
He's not winning it this year. I have so much more faith in Jordan Travis and Jaden Daniels and whoever Alabama may roll out there with at running back.
Caleb is gonna win it.
You think Caleb's gonna go back to back?
Well,
I mean, it's possible. Archie Griffin did it. It's possible.
I mean, Bo Nix, I don't think he's gonna do it. I don't think unless Texas goes insane, Quinn Ewers ain't winning it.
I don't.
Now he's with Jaden. Now he's with Penix, and that leaves you with Hype Man himself. Shitter. But now back to this. I didn't see this one earlier. My bad. Yeah, that's true too.
Fields had us three as his top 3 wide receivers.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. is gonna probably win it. Like, it won't be a quarterback winning it this year, probably.
This one actually makes sense. I could see Marvin Harrison Jr. winning it as well. I could. If a quarterback doesn't win it, that's who I think can win it.
I still don't know who the Ohio State quarterback is this year.
Me neither.
Like when Fields was leaving, you knew who Stroud was. Like, he had hype behind him. There is zero hype around whoever the hell replacing Stroud.
And this is why Michigan is favored to win the Big Ten. And
and Ohio State has the best wide receiver room in college football, and somehow they still can't be favored because I have no idea who the hell their quarterback is.
That exactly. And plus also too, it doesn't help the fact that they have to go. And if you remember the weather from 2 years ago, the 2021 game, they got to go into Ann Arbor and not get the hat trick put on them when they go in there. No racism, but Ohio State is a white dude. Ohio State QB is a white dude. That's all I know. No, it's not racist, but
yeah. Last white dude who was a quarterback for Ohio State that I can recall is Joe Burrow, but he left before he became relevant.
Honestly, I would go as far back as the quarterback they had back in 2002. That was the last one I remember. Krenzel.
I can't tell you a single Ohio State had.
I think his name was like Craig Krenzel. He was the quarterback of Ohio State's 2002 team that robbed
Google
Miami.
who it is. You can look it up.
Because
Ohio State QB. I want to see who it is.
the more I look back on it, it's like,
Kyle McCord.
yeah, he's white.
Who? Bro, what kind of name is McCord?
See, you
He's
laughing
gonna
at his name.
fly.
Watch him be so fire.
He's gonna somehow be fire, isn't he?
And
Oh god, he looks like a baby.
watch him be fire. Watch him literally have Ohio State like right on Michigan's tail going into the last week of the season. And you are here making fun of him.
Yeah, probably. He's gonna be good. Okay, never mind. He actually looks halfway decent. Washington. He's from Washington.
This is usually what happens is
No, different. This is a different dude. This is some dude named Lincoln Keenholes. Never mind. I got played. Let me just look up Kyle McCord. Who the hell is he? I have no idea. No hype around him.
well, while he does that, also too, Jim Harbaugh actually also got a 4-game suspension, but I don't think it's going to matter much because Michigan will likely be 4-0 in those 4 games without him. So,
Oh
got,
no, this dude got no. I can't see how this guy's good. I'm sorry.
is it that bad? Kyle McCord screams Marvin Harrison Jr. Heisman.
I can't see how this guy's gonna be anything good. He's from Pennsylvania.
Jeez,
I like how a white quarterback is labeled as a pro style quarterback on 247 Sports. That's not tacky at all.
first things first.
Y'all want to talk about this right now, or you want to talk about Colin McCord? I can drop Colin McCord right now and talk about this. This is funny as hell.
The only thing I'm gonna say on Kyle McCord is how did Penn State let him get away? 2, nobody's talking about Penn State. That's the other threat out there in the Big Ten that I'd be worried about. But also too, I don't understand that either, Drunk, because paying players is essentially legal now, and I don't get it. If anything, Tennessee.
You can't pay him directly. Sorry, guys, we can't give them money directly. We have to go and have a business give them money so the business can profit and they can make money, but you as a team can't make money. Sorry, and the players can't make direct paychecks. Sorry, that's not how it works. All right, sorry. Joke's over. Yeah, it's a bunch of shit shows.
I don't get it either, man. It's crazy. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Now for the reason why Drunk came here as well too. So as far as the music video goes, Drunk FAMU did halt team activities, but AD Tiffany Sykes came out and said recently, effective as of yesterday, I believe it was, early yesterday, FAMU was able to return to football-related activities when Harbaugh, Honda, Lance, and NCAA
The
going.
way that he said that, I want to talk about this Colin McCord's car. Is really not even a good Mercedes Benz AMG that you picked. You got like a GT53. Like really, God, car taste sucks. You have an NIL with a car dealership, and that's the best you can do.
What, Honda?
No, Mercedes AMG. I'm talking about Colin McCord. And then he said this Harbaugh Honda thing, and I'm like, yeah. Like if you have a car NIL, like you should be pulling up in some fancy cars. No offense, but I've never been a fan of Mercedes.
Why? Because it's American made, isn't it?
No, you
It's
don't
for
want to know where Mercedes was in 1940s.
yeah, okay, yeah, it's not American made, man.
Definitely not American made.
Yeah, my
The
bad.
man got 3 next to the show. Wow, GPUs fell off.
Yeah, jeez, I don't know why I was like, wait a minute, and then you said 1940s. I was like, oh, okay, that's a problem. But
Bro,
yeah,
this guy's not even named the starter yet. The
It's gonna
hell's
be interesting for
Devin?
Ohio State this year. It's
Huh?
gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
Ohio State's gonna have a fun year because they have what's his name, Henderson, the running back. He's
Mhm.
good. You have Aguiboka. He's gonna be a top 10 pick, and then you have Marvin Harrison Jr. who's gonna be a top 5 pick. And yet you have a quarterback battle going on between a dude named Kyle McCord and a dude named Devin Brown. I don't know where they found all these weird names or basic names. Ooh, quarterback with background, so he's got quicker processing. I don't know who the hell Devin Brown is. Oh, they both look tacky. Never mind.
Hmm.
Wait, what was bro gonna say about Femi? You want to talk about this?
Oh, so yeah, so 80 Tiffany Sykes essentially like she said the family football team was able to resume the team activities as of yesterday. It was early yesterday, I believe, when that statement came out. Um, and then Willie Simmons talked about it and everything too. He talked about it to the 220 quarterback club, saying sometimes when you do have kids like this, his job is to develop them as men. And sometimes kids, when you are in college, which honestly we've all done stupid things in college, you gotta love them up, but you gotta use it as a teachable lesson, obviously. Um, and their main thing right now is just moving past it and putting it behind them and just focusing on fall camp. But there is an internal investigation going on into what happened and everything because they didn't have proper clearance and the right, I should say, verification to go forward. Um, but I do think that more action needs to be taken as far as security and clearance of who gets into that locker room and who doesn't going forward. Um, but yeah, honestly, the main thing is they're just moving past it right now. Honestly, but the investigation is ongoing, and I likely probably since team activities have resumed, I'd hate to have to be in that locker room to have to suffer and run 110s and get punished for it.
I mean, it's like you're working somewhere, or like even if you want to do anything in somebody else's property, like you don't go to somebody's house and it's like, all right, we're gonna throw a party and we're not gonna ask you.
Yeah, no, you don't do that. That's actually just plain dumb. But yeah, honestly, I thought the music video wasn't that good, honestly, in my opinion. My mom made cabbage when I was 12. It was trash. And that's where I put it. It was a teachable lesson by me getting my ass whooped. Yeah, make sure you clean that plate. You ain't gonna move from that spot till you clean that plate. No, I get what he's saying. I've been there before.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there before. You
Especially when
got
they make it and it tastes terrible and you're like, you don't want to tell them. Yeah, like, we have to go eat this. What?
and the beautiful thing about it is like when you get older, you can start cooking whatever you want for yourself and not have to worry about that problem. And
To
it
me,
is
anything I make tastes better than anything anybody else makes now. It's just that's how it works.
facts. But yeah, no, yeah, drunk. No, you're right. But yeah, it's behind them now. They're focused on fall camp starting up on August 4th and everything. Um, so yeah. Also, too, yeah. Well, Jackson State made a music video too, but nobody knows about it. But it seemed very unseasoned and lifetime B-list movie-ish, should I say?
I mean, it's in Mississippi. I mean, outside of like the actual football team and the school itself, like I'm sorry, let me not say nothing.
Well, the other thing too is they were like, why didn't Boston Richie go over to Florida State and try to shoot a music video? And someone was like, and I even told him too. I was like, dude, he would never have made it past Coach Bowden's statue. He probably wouldn't have gotten past the front door. There
Yeah,
ain't no
that's
way.
what.
If Mike Norvell would have had seen that, Mike Norvell would have had a fit.
Oh, once Willie Simmons found out, he had a fit.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I'm just surprised he didn't. I'm like, how did that happen? He didn't know about it beforehand.
$1 billion question. $1 billion question, honestly. But yeah. And honestly, folks, that's everything we got for y'all.
Here we go.
But wait, Jackson State without Dion is the Jacksons without Michael.
Irrelevant nobodies.
My thing. Oh, let me ask first. Ace, do you understand what he means when he says this?
What, non-existent or irrelevant nobodies?
Okay, you
Or
understand.
just mid?
You understand. You get it. You get it because that's essentially what they were when he went on his own.
Well, yeah. Nobody wants to listen to the Jackson 4.
Is it Tito Jermaine? Yeah. Oh, dang. Yeah, it was. You're right. Jeez.
It's called Jackson 5s. You take away Michael, there's only 4.
True, but it's like the thing is as they got older, when they got older, they just became the Jacksons. Like this was like before Michael Jackson did his Off the Wall album. But yeah, like literally once Michael went, the Jacksons just wasn't like that anymore. So I know what drunk means, but yeah. Oh my god. That's funny. That's funny. That was good though too. That's funny. Oh man. But yeah. All right, folks. That's gonna do it for us this evening. We hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. Before we do get out, it's like Michael. It's like the Jacksons if Michael took Tito and Jermaine and started a new group.
See, that's why we enjoy Drunk. Drunk is just bringing.
My thing, I didn't see. I didn't know if Drunk knew about that. I didn't know if Drunk knew about that, but that's funny. That's funny, man. Because that's actually very true. Because honestly, he could have took both of them and had them for bass and drums, and still been successful.
Mm-hmm.
Wild.
Yep.
Also, too, we need to bring Flash back on here. That way, the folks can see him with some shades on and show him how he looks like Jermaine Jackson.
Not that again.
I'm drunk. I know everything. Salute. Oh, snap. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, folks.
That's accurate. With that being said, I think we've covered everything. Yeah, so prayers out for Bronny and his family, Hopefully he gets better. Also Naheem Hines, because I don't think NFL insurance is gonna cover that. So yeah, he's kinda screwed. So prayers out to him too. Oh my god. I'm sorry.
Williamson, I meant Flash. Oh, you got to go get that. You got to go. Hold up. Hold up.
Sure that for him.
Wait a minute. Oh,
Bro, getting that Zion Williamson bill too. That is accurate in more than one way. Or more ways than one. That's what it is.
oh no.
That is more accurate in more ways than one.
Oh
Oh my
no. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I'm dead.
What
I'm
is
sorry.
wrong?
That's got me.
Oh,
I know I know how that's more applicable than you realize, Ron.
gosh.
I know you mean like he's out a lot, that's why, but that's more accurate.
Oh my gosh. Where is it? Where is it at? Oh no. No. You ain't even here to defend
I'm,
himself. Oh, snap. Pull up.
I just lost my way right here. Okay.
Oh my gosh. And now he finna be like, man, nah, man, y'all gotta let me on next week. He talking about me. Nah, we laughing at him. We laughing at you, Flash.
Oh, we're laughing at the joke.
No, I'm laughing at Flash.
Maybe.
I'm laughing at Flash. I'm laughing at the joke too.
I'm laughing at everything.
He
Just
said
go with it.
Alan Williamson. Oh my gosh. See,
We're gonna talk about that on off air, and we know why we're laughing.
oh my gosh. Man, y'all have a nice
Y'all keep it easy. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Like, share, subscribe. Who knows? Maybe Flash will come back to answer the drunk next week. Probably not because he's not like Zion, so he's probably taking a break. Still,
good
I
night,
don't
folks.
know.